Hello, Jilski here. Today I have another scrapbooking video for you using that photo of my dad and my son and the True Stories collection from American Crafts. This actually may be my favorite collection ever. I really like jewel tones and the colors in this collection are really saturated. So about double of a lot of papers. I really like using them. And especially on this layout, it's going to be mostly patterned paper. So I'm just going through my scraps, a couple sheets from the 6x6 pad there. I'm mounting my photo on that white paper, and it has a teeny tiny black dot on it, and then that is going to go on top of that color blocked paper. And then I'm just going to start building, cutting my layers. I think that piece of paper there, the stripe, might be one of my favorites from the collection. Oh, and that vellum too. That one's a good one. So I'm just going to go through here, through each one, and just kind of cut down my papers, and then start building the layout. So this page, I actually started it one night, and I thought I was done with it, but I ended up making a mistake, and you'll see later on. And I couldn't live with it, so I went back the next morning after I had slept on it, and I fixed it. I actually had a couple like design issues, I guess, with this, and you'll see how I come up with a workaround for both. So I'm just getting things figured out and fidgeting with layers, and then any second now I should have everything magically glued down. There we go. Whew! So then I'm going through my alphabets, and the first one there that's on the left, that is that's just a tile alphabet I got from my messy box 1 month. And then those colorful thickers are from the True Stories collection, and then the ones underneath that, the black and white ones, are called Kitten, I think. And the colorful ones, I think, are called Hipster. So, oh, and I absolutely love those stickers, but I have a really hard time using them because they're so colorful. Even now, here watching this, it looks like they kind of get lost in all that pattern, but it looks way better in person than it does on the screen, rest assured. So my title is Clapton in Training, and I'm just going to get all my letters off of that little sheet. And there I'm showing you that I had just enough of each letter to be able to spell this out, and I thought that warranted a thumbs up. I was pretty excited about that. So I get that stuck down and I start pulling out my embellishments. Those flag clips are from Studio Calico. And I'm just trying to figure out what color yellow I want to use there. They're like different shades of one color, or the same color. Those are the wood buttons from the True Story collection. I love those things. And I have to make it a point to make myself use them. And then those, you can't really see them in there, but I end up putting them on later. They're like rhinestone stars. I got them from an old Studio Calico card kit. And then thinking, okay, so this is what I ended up not liking. I followed the prompts in those boxes across the top, and I didn't write very carefully, and so the box that is the second from the left, there's just a lot of like kind of empty space next to my writing, and I didn't like that, so that's what gets fixed. So now I am drawing my journaling lines with a pencil, so I can go ahead and get that down. That's something new that I started doing, and I like how it works out much better than drawing them with a pen. Maybe one day I'll get to that point. So my journaling says something like, you know, my dad came for a visit and reached for the guitar as usual, but this time he reached for Owen too. Um, and my dad plays guitar, and I'm sure he would love for his grandson to play also. And I titled that Clapton in Training because Eric Clapton is one of my dad's favorite musicians. So just stamping the date there, but then I realized that it's the wrong date. I put June instead of July, so I'm very carefully trying to figure out how to fix that, and I think that my solution was okay. I just kind of drew over it and it didn't look too bad. So that little box has all of the homemade enamel dots that I made using perler beads from my local craft store, and oh my goodness, that little box isn't even a third of the thousands that came in the jar that I purchased. That was only as many as I could handle doing. So I'm starting to put down those rhinestone stars now and just scattering them around. Of course, everything looks better in odd numbers, so I'm just keeping that in mind, trying to do that. And I'm just looking at it here, getting everything straight-ish, and then I realized that I don't like all of that empty space underneath the title. It makes it look like the title is just floating or hanging there in midair. So I'm going through some of the 6x6 scraps that I have, and then, does this work? No, does this work? And then I end up just pulling out the 6x6 pad there to go through. And I thought I might use that that little cut apart. I liked what it said, but you'll see soon that I end up putting more words on the page, and then that cut apart just didn't make it because I thought it was too many words. But I'm still gonna try and make it work. Oh, and that camera paper is adorable. It's like these little pink and salmon colored cameras. They're cute. Okay, so here is my workaround for that empty space. I have these Clearly Kelly alphabet stamps from Hero Arts, and I'm going to stamp out some song lyrics from an Eric Clapton song. And I'm just using this really cool washi tape that is made to be stamped on. I think it's also a Kelly Purkey product. I got both of them from Simon Says Stamp. And then I'm just stamping them in my Ranger Black archival ink. So I end up doing 4 strips of song lyrics and putting them down on the bottom there. But I don't make you watch all 4 strips. And I only messed up once. There's only one boo-boo on there, and I kept it because I thought it was endearing. So there I'm using the those rhinestone stars, and then finally nixing that cut apart. And then my eye is drawn to that top left corner, realizing that it just doesn't work for me. So I go ahead and pick up those embellishments that I had put down. And I'm just gonna try and cover it up with some more pattern paper. So I end up selecting like 2 or 3 sheets, and I just cut banners out of them and just layer them up. And lately I haven't been very good at cutting those things. I have to like forcefully pull the center out. It's probably just because I'm filming. I never really had a problem with it. See? 5 times to get that one. Well, 6, 7. So then I thought those vellum hearts might work on top of that, but they didn't. It didn't work. It didn't look good. So I want to bring some more like green up there. So I go ahead and just cut another strip off of that pattern paper to kind of anchor those two banners. And I end up stapling those with my tiny attacher once I figure out which piece of paper I want to use. And it took me a while to get that tiny attacher, but I'm really happy I did. It saves a lot of adhesive. So I go ahead and put those embellishments back there after I get the banners glued back down, or glued down. So when I put those enamel dots, they don't have any adhesive on the back because I made them. So what I do is I just plop down a little blob of glossy accents and just drop the enamel dot on there and hope for the best, hope they meet. So I think at this point I'm realizing, yep, I'm done, that's it. So there's my completed layout, and here are some close-up shots. Thanks so much for watching. You can find me on Instagram at Jilski, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks.